Hello everyone, this is Jaydeep Shah. Today I will be discussing vehicle to grid technology, learning objectives. After this session, learners will be able to understand what is vehicle to grid, how vehicle to grid works, and various applications of vehicle to grid. Let's start with what is vehicle to grid. Vehicle to grid, a V2G technology, opens a new opportunities for energy trading and smart energy management. V2G technology unlocks the energy stored in electric vehicle batteries so that households and fleets can support the grid when the demand peaks. Vehicle to grid gives utilities access to the renewable energy stored in vehicles so they can better balance loads and mitigate grid bottlenecks. So this is the architecture, vehicle to grid, in which there is a bidirectional flow between grid and the vehicle. As you can see, from grid it goes to home, then vehicle to grid unit, then it goes to electric vehicle, and in case of emergencies you can discharge your vehicle to the grid. So from vehicle to V2G unit to home, your smart meter, and then the grid. So there is a bidirectional power flow. How vehicle to grid works? Electric vehicle charging is usually one way, grid to vehicle flow of energy. The power stored in EV batteries is used exclusively for driving. 90% time vehicles are at standstill condition, right? So bidirectional V2G charging points makes EV charging a two-way street. At times when the grid power demand spike, fully charged vehicles have the ability to feed stored energy back into the network. EV owners charge the grid a fee for the service, enjoying a return on their EV investment while setting sensible limits to ensure they always have the range they need. Smart grids benefits by maximizing their use of renewables and optimizing the carbon footprint in real time. Your vehicle can become a source of income for you if you have vehicle to grid facility. What are the benefits of vehicle to grid technology? For utilities, first case, vehicle to grid supports in balancing the grid and smoothly integrating renewables. It enables utilities to become less dependent from fossil fuel power plants. V2G technology helps utility in reaching their sustainability target. If we have thousands of electric vehicles, we can charge their batteries from solar and wind. And in case of emergencies, we can return that energy to the grid. So yes, in India we don't have energy storage technologies for renewable sources of energy. So don't there is no need to install megawatt size of batteries nearby renewable energy sources. You can charge thousands of electric vehicles and it can give power in case of emergency. So utility point of view, this is very crucial. EV driver. Since V2G solutions are expected to become a financially beneficial feature for utilities, they can clear incentive to encourage customer to take part. Consumers will be rewarded if they make their battery available to the utilities to be used for V2G. This will result in lower total cost of ownership. Customer participation is very crucial. So when you participate, you will get benefit. But for that, you need to have bidirectional converters in your car for this vehicle to grid technology. EV fleet operators. Fleet operator means 10, 20, 30, 40 number of electric cars you are charging at that station. Fleet owner can make money with their fleet by putting power back to grid and reduce their energy cost by being more active in consuming the energy. While the stored energy can be used in case of power outage, continuous operation is guaranteed. Whenever in particular region there is a power outage, this number of vehicles which operates in vehicle to grid uh, form, they can help and they can be a virtual power plant. So the customer will get benefit and ultimately the reliability of system increases. Commercial building and homes, how they are going to get benefit of this? Vehicle to grid helps in storage of renewable energy and consuming it again when you feel is the right moment. With vehicle to grid, the momentary electricity consumption spikes in the building can be balanced with the help of electric car and no extra energy needed to be consumed from the grid. So from electric vehicle, if you are returning then vehicle to EVSE, EVSE means electric vehicle supply equipment. This EVSE will have two different type of charger. One is SAE J1772 and another one is, let me write it down here, SAE, Society of Automotive Engineering, SAE J1772. And another one is CHAdeMO, that is a fast DC charger. So EVSE, it will have these two facility. Conventional one is SAE, conventional AC supply, and CHAdeMO is fast DC charging. Then EVSE to power grid. But when you are charging, you are taking supply from grid, then EVSE, and then grid to vehicle. You are storing that energy into your batteries. Again, in case of smart grid, you are taking it from energy storage or renewable sources. You are giving to EVSE, then you are charging batteries, lithium-ion batteries of your EV. If you want to sell it to grid, then you can return it during peak demand or emergency condition. You can earn money from it. Then from EVSE to your smart grid, and in case of surplus condition, you can store that energy into batteries, so you can use it in case of emergencies. We are not going to discuss benefits of smart grid here, but this technology is one of the key technology of smart grid. Vehicle to grid applications. The vehicle to grid applications refers to the services that this technology aims to provide. Applications can be broadly grouped into consumer applications that focuses on service to the electricity consumer and or EV owner, operator, and system applications that focuses on ancillary services to the grid. So let's check various applications one by one. First one is consumer backup and or resiliency. Electric vehicle batteries can be used to temporarily supply homes, that is V2H, and buildings, vehicle to building, backup power during power outages. So at your home, when you are returning from your institution, if there is no electricity, Your car is capable to give supply to your home. You can turn on many loads like tube lights, your television sets, your laptops, your small gadgets. If you have a larger size of battery, you can even turn on your washing machine or air conditioners. For example, one EV can provide 3 or 4 days of electricity for a family home. But for that, your car must have 24 kWh size of battery. Second application is system renewable integration. There is an increasing proportion of renewable in the world's energy generation mix, which creates a supply that does not always coincide with peak demand. For example, many wind farms generate more power at night than during the day, while the supply of solar power is plentiful during the day but tails off just as demand peaks in the evening. That's why we need storage. And electric vehicles and V2G charging technologies can store excess energy to provide system balancing flexibility. So we need hundreds of EV fleets at different part of major cities. Next one is system greenhouse gas reduction. Electricity shortages can be compensated with available energy from bidirectional electric car batteries instead of resorting to fossil fuel peak load power plants. Electricity outages, which for example can result in undesirable shutdown of wind power generation, can be used to charge electric vehicles as a temporary storage solution. This will increase the system utilization rate of cleaner power generation sources and accelerate the reduction of carbon emission from the transportation sector. If we use vehicle to grid, gridable vehicle, then overall greenhouse gas will drastically reduce. Which helps in achieving sustainable development goals. Goal number 13 is related to climate action and goal number 11 is related to smart cities. So vehicle to grid will be playing a crucial role for smart grid and sustainable development goals. Next one is consumer bill management. V2G can lower the total ownership cost for EV owners and fleet operators by providing additional revenue streams to offset the cost of energy. Additionally, cost to electric ratepayers are further reduced by limiting congestion of existing distribution infrastructure, reducing the need to build new fossil generating resources, and avoiding costly distribution system upgrades. There are multiple benefits of vehicle to grid technology, but we should make people aware. If you are purchasing electric vehicle, please ask whether that vehicle is having bidirectional power flow capability. Next one is system voltage support. In grid systems, the voltage is traditionally regulated by power plants that feed electricity directly into the transmission grid. Their generators allow them to produce or absorb reactive energy to maintain a constant voltage level. With the switch to sustainable sources of power generation, new clean alternatives are needed. V2G chargers ensures utilities to provide voltage support services to the grid as reactive power does not travel as far as real power. In an electric system, the installation of V2G chargers on various locations matches perfectly with this demand. We are all aware about reactive power compensation, right? You have fact devices in your syllabus in one subject, flexible AC transmissions for fulfilling reactive power demand. In many countries, they have taken pilot projects. They studied the reactive power compensation from electric vehicles to particular region. So, Ganesh Kumar Vanayagamurthy published many papers related to reactive power compensation from electric vehicles or gradable vehicles. Last one is system frequency regulations, last application. Intermittent power generation from renewables and other sources along with variable loads cause deviation from nominal frequency in the grid. The energy storage system are an attractive way to restore the balance between supply and demand, featuring rapid response and emission-free options. 10 to 15 years back, the supply-demand gap was very huge. Yes, currently we have supply-demand gap, but that is not that big. So frequency regulation point of view, vehicle to grid can also help. The energy storage system is charged or discharged in response to an increase or decrease of grid frequency and keeps it within preset limits. V2G enables electric vehicles to act as energy storage system. Charging means taking energy when grid frequency is rising and discharging when frequency is dropping, providing energy. Many companies like ABB V2G chargers can respond within milliseconds, well within the grid operator limits. If it takes some time to respond, then there might be a major fault on your electricity network. So let's check this curve. First one is flattened curve of demand. In second case, you can see that green color area. Third one is energy on daytime when you are charging your electric vehicles. Then energy release on evening from electric vehicles. So this green portion is when you discharge energy from your vehicle, and orange one is when you are charging from grid. So let's check the another one. Power in megawatt and time. So grid to vehicle means load leveling. Vehicle to grid means peak load shaving. And again, grid to vehicle, it will help during load leveling operations. What is plug-in electric vehicle to grid? Energy providers will pay for vehicle to grid services. Vehicle batteries provide an energy source to stabilize the grid, as we discussed. System manager will be playing a crucial role at which time what we should do, charge the vehicle or discharge the vehicle. So we need many softwares for fleet management system, for charge control, for grid scheduling, for EV asset coordination and grid interface. With V2G, PEV can receive or provide power to the grid. There are some examples: Los Angeles Air Force Base, California; Fort Hood, Texas; Joint Base Andrews, Maryland; and JB McGuire in New Jersey. Through its V2G services, a military base reduces its energy cost by ensuring stable grid. In many European countries, they are they are having 4 to 5 days of power completely from renewable sources of energy. Why? Because they have energy storage. If we don't have those size of batteries, we can use electric vehicle fleets. Enel Power is one of the major player in V2G, and since last 6 to 7 years they have their various projects. They have successfully demonstrated with Nissan Leaf vehicle bidirectional power capability. So you can see this Enel Power EVSE, electric vehicle supply equipment. So many companies are having their bidirectional vehicles like Nissan. Earn money from your energy supplier. Nissan Leaf is having different versions for of electric vehicle, 20 kWh, 40 kWh and 60 kWh size of battery models are available, I think. So better grid stability, because these sources are intermittent in the nature, solar and wind. So when we add more number of renewable energy, we are creating stability related issues. That's why we need vehicle to grid capable infrastructures, vehicle to grid technologies. So during off peak, when the lower cost energy can be drawn from the grid to recharge the car, when little energy is needed in the home, the car could put electricity back into home at peak times to reduce household energy bill. More stable energy for all. During high peaks where energy is drawn from grid, electric vehicle can give back power to support the national infrastructure, stabilizing the amount of energy drawn collectively by using the car as a personal power station. So multiple cars can form a virtual power plant. So let's check the case of daytime. During the day, solar energy can be used to power the home. At evening, when the event is disrupting the production of solar energy, the Nissan Leaf can even even out peak load and stabilizes the frequency to maintain the grid stability. We discussed this ancillary services type of facility. So this is the infrastructure, Nissan Leaf V2G capable vehicle and its EVSE. Future Energy team predicts that there could be up to 7 lakh electric vehicles by the end of 2020, requiring an extra 500 megawatt of energy. Currently, if all 18,000 Nissan electric vehicles in the UK were connected to energy network, they would generate the equivalent output of 180 megawatt of power plant. If that was scaled up in the future, where all the vehicles on UK roads are electric, vehicle to grid technology could generate a virtual power plant of up to 370 gigawatt. This energy capacity would be enough to power the UK, Germany and France. So from this diagram we can understand vehicle to grid, vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to home. But for all this we need aggregator, which is the main point of communication between grid operator and vehicle to grid fleet. So this way multiple vehicle can uh, return electricity to that building or to the grid. It can be a shopping mall or multiplex theater, right? So there are 5 steps. Plug your car into any charger, SAE J1772 or CHAdeMO. Then check the state of charge of your battery, whether it's 20%, 50%, 80%. Generally vehicle to grid range is from 40% to 60%. If your battery is discharged to 40%, then that was the limit. After that it won't discharge the battery. Then second step is charge the battery to 50% where it safe to switch to V2G mode. Third step, switch to vehicle to grid. This one is automatically mode. Fourth one is generate revenue by providing power capacity and sending energy back and forth to regulate the grid. And last step is get ready for the next trip. By switching back to charging your batteries for your next trip, the state of charge coming out of V2G mode will remain 50%. The bidirectional flow of energy in V2G mode result in zero net energy provided to the grid. So this one is the example of Toyota, Japan's first ever V2G project. So this is the major project of Nissan and BMW in USA. They have 668 DC fast chargers. They have 90% of BMW and Nissan EV drivers covered by EV Go charging programs. These are the major players, not only automobile manufacturers and EVSE manufacturer. Apart from it, we need aggregator and grid operators too. So let's discuss about one more example. The 6 kilowatt OVO vehicle to grid domestic bidirectional charger offers drivers of certain electric vehicles the opportunity to discharge excess electricity from their cars back to the electric grid to help supply energy at times of the peak demand. During peak demand, if we don't take benefit of V2G, there might be a chance of load shedding at few places. So during peak demand, we can take power from vehicle to grid and help the grid. Available to Nissan Leaf drivers with a 30 or 40 kWh battery, the vehicle to grid charger could enable Nissan drivers to have free power for their electric vehicles by selling energy back to the grid. It is part of Innovate UK vehicle to grid competition funded by the Office of Low Emission Vehicles and the Department of Business Energy and Industrial Strategy in partnership with Nissan, Cenex, Indra and OVO. There are few open source platform of V2G also. So here you can see some IEEE standards, IEEE 2030.5, IEEE 2030.1.1, IEC 15118, data analytics, use of energy, behavior pattern, customer preferences, EVSE, network interfaces, open API, then grid services. We discussed many. Aggregation, demand response, renewable balancing, demand charge mitigation, dynamic pricing. We are all aware about time of day tariff, but in future in smart grid operations we are going to get dynamic pricing also. Vehicle to grid network is a significant part of smart grid environment, with the home area network, industry area network, neighborhood area network, and building area network. Role of communication is very crucial. Wireless communication will be playing a crucial role in fulfilling vehicle to grid operations. In a V2G network, electric vehicles communicate with the service providers with the help of aggregator nodes or other networks such as home area network. Conclusion: the vehicle to grid concept aims to optimize the way we transport, use and produce electricity by turning electric cars into virtual power plants. Under this relatively new concept, electric cars would store and dispatch electrical energy stored in networked vehicle batteries, which together act as one collective battery fleet for peak shaving, means sending power back to the grid when demand is high, and valley filling, charging at night when the demand is low. These are my references. Thank you everyone.